All right. It looks like we are on air. If you guys are in the chat right now, could you just let me know that you can hear us? All right, great. We got Carl saying he can hear us. Okay, perfect. Can you guys see my desktop right now? Okay. All right, so we're saying we can see it. All right. So, Jade, can you hear me right now?
Yes, Michael.
All right, great. So I can't, for some reason, my second screen isn't letting me watch the chat and handle the presentation. So if you see any issues in the chat, anyone raising any issues, just let me know.
Okay,
and,
we're good to go.
we'll
I
take
think
care of it.
we have already 12 attendees, so welcome everyone. So whenever you're ready, Michael, I think we're all ready for you.
All right, great. So I'm going to start right now. So I appreciate you all coming. I'm really excited to be here, to be able to present to you guys on how to take your business and turn it into a brand using Twitter. In case some of you may know or may not know, this is part of the Power Social Media webinar series that we're doing for the Mahwah Regional Chamber of Commerce. And, you know, we have a bunch of webinars coming up, and at the end, I have all the next webinars listed. But we're touching on all of the major social networks: Facebook, Twitter, obviously, LinkedIn, YouTube. And so, you know, we're really excited to have everyone be able to sit in and watch these webinars. And these webinars are sponsored, obviously. So this one is sponsored by me, Mike Savino Jr., obviously, financial professional, certified financial services, R&D legal bookkeeping, Women Centric, Patty Simone, she's also on the social media committee, and Karen Yankovic, who's also on the social media committee. And then we also have Jade, who is on the call with me right now. She's helping me with the presentation. Jade Gunver, she's the Vice President of social media marketing for the Chamber. So we're pretty lucky to have a really great group of people who are phenomenal at what they do. And just a little bit about me. I'm a financial professional. I'm a marketing lover. I am obsessed with it now. And I am all about social media and the power that it offers people. I think it's a really great platform to get your message out and to be able to build a community. And I'm a super cool guy. So, you know, that always helps. Sorry. So we're going to talk a little bit about, you know, why Twitter and why Twitter is a really powerful place for you to start building your brand. And some of the things that I want to talk about is, you know, it's a quickly consumable information place. So when you're out there, you can, you know, be sharing bits and pieces about your business all the time. And you can get a really powerful message out just by using those 140 characters. But what really gives you that power is the integration to other platforms. And so being able to send out a tweet that leads people to your website and to your other social media platforms. And what's really great is there's tons of people. So as of the end of 2015, there was 307 million active users. And active means that they're on Twitter utilizing the platform, that they're tweeting with their friends, that they're, you know, viewing businesses. And so you guys and we all need to be able to harness this and utilize it to, you know, spread our message and make sure that, you know, we're sharing something great with people. And of course, people are always looking for really good content and motivation. And that's one of the things we're going to talk about is, you know, what are we sharing with people? Are we sharing what's personal to us? What's, you know, really important to our business? Are we only sharing one or the other? And, you know, we're going to touch on that a little bit. Twitter also has some creative opportunities. Their ad platform is really powerful because it integrates within the news feed and it doesn't stand out as an ad. So, you know, as people are scanning, they're going to see your ad, and if it strikes them, they're going to click. And then all these other things, a massive connection opportunity. Growth can be really explosive when you work on it organically. And you can be active in short bursts, and then you can use tools to help you automate some of those things. And also hashtags are really and easily tracked, and they are a great way to provide metrics for your business, and we'll talk a little bit about those too. So some of the common Twitter myths are, all I have to do is tweet and I'll be famous. Not so much, but just like anything, the more you do it and the harder you work at it, the more you're going to gain traction and the more you're going to build up a following and build up your community. And people say you can't sell stuff on Twitter. In a sense, that's true, and we'll talk about that. You can sell stuff on Twitter, but you're not selling it on Twitter. You are having people connect with what you sell. Twitter's not right for my business. People, say that. I think Twitter is right for any business as long as you use it specific to you. So what I want to do is actually show you guys a little bit on Twitter too, how you can grow your network. And if you think you don't have the time to do it, I'll show you how to actually automate some of those things like I had previously said. And then using 140 characters feels limiting, but once you learn how to utilize links and images, that's going to make it a little bit easier. And it's not hard to get started. It's actually pretty easy. So I'm going to swing back and I'm going to show you our Twitter feed here. So this is the MRCC Twitter feed. We follow people and we share constantly. One of the great things about Twitter is the trending. So you can utilize things like these hashtags to try and build up your following and getting out there and starting to, share hashtags and create opportunity that way.
And Michael, I think it will be awesome if we just ask our attendees, and later on, whoever's going to listen maybe couldn't have this opportunity, but at least who be our attendees right now might have benefit out of this. In overall, do you guys kind of like have a understanding on Twitter? Do you guys have accounts on Twitter? So please, if you're just fast forwarding, because this is kind of like language, and on social media outlets and every channel has its own language. So it's kind of like we all know it, but I don't know how many of you know that, it's a totally different language, because whatever the language you're speaking, it's totally like different interactions. That's why I kind of like against on kind of automating at first sight. But just think about this whole Twitter thing is kind of like speed networking. So you're just meeting, the opportunities are endless. Like I met with Susie Welch and Jack Welch through Twitter. I would never, ever in my lifetime could ever imagine that I'm going to personally meet them. But I met them through Twitter. So, some of the comments, I don't know, Michael, if you can see them, but Rhonda says, I'm new to Twitter. I don't have an account. Sherry says, I'm new as well, but I'm interested in being on Twitter. And Phil says, I'm looking at Twitter as an opportunity. So we have a great crowd.
That's awesome.
I think the more you kind of interact with people, Twitter is like phenomenal. I'm one of the first implementers on Twitter. I don't know, it's probably 2007 I started my Twitter. So I gradually, organically grow my crowd, and I had great people that I met. So please go ahead, Michael.
That's so true, and I thank you for slowing me down. So I was just speaking in Spanish to a lot of people right now, and I'm sorry about that. For me, I'm so excited that I just want to jump in and be like, this is what you do. But you're absolutely right. I need to take it back a notch. So let's just start with, let's sign up for an account. How about that? So let me log out of here for a second. And I'm going to show you guys, this is super easy to get started. So really all you need to do to get started is just sign up. So right here, if you don't have to use your phone number. You can just go here, home, and go up to sign up. And when you hit sign up, you just put in your name and your phone number and a password, or your email. So I think I have all my emails are connected to accounts right now. But just you can figure that out. It's pretty simple. Let me think for a second. Actually, no, I do have one.
If you guys, have like businesses and you want to use on business purpose, just think about your branding and stay with the name. Because keep in mind, you should keep your Twitter handlers, we call them handlers, the Twitter names, short. Because keep in mind, it's going to be 140 or at the end of the day, so you don't want to use a long Twitter name just to shorten your opportunity to give a message out there. So,
absolutely. It's important, and also you want to be able to quickly share it with people. And if you're like, oh, my Twitter handle is XY9744468, people are going to be like, that's not going to help me. You want to make it relatable. You want to make it consistent with your branding. And so signing up now, you're going to have to, work around that a little bit because there's hundreds of millions of people. So you have to be a little creative. So let's see, like, once you sign up, you can skip this. You don't have to give a phone number right away. Now you can choose a username. So they give you suggestions. If that is something that you're comfortable with, go ahead and do it. Let me see if I can get something like this. Do my business name. Oh, you got to do it short. That's right. So this is one of the tricks. Like, there are so many ways that
because keep in mind, it's just like once we used to get the web domain names, now it's like getting those names over the social media outlets. So it's kind of like, okay, you can get certified finance.
There we go. All right, so we'll take it. This is just for demonstration purposes. So now we're in. So we're glad you're here. Thanks, Twitter. I'm glad to be here too. They show you a little bit about the things that have been shared, pictures. This was from the Oscars in 2014. And so that's part of the power of this. There's so many things that you can be involved in on Twitter, and it's a great place to see what's going on in the world, to share your voice with people, and to share your business voice with people also. So I like business, and I like influencers and leaders, and I like funny stuff too. So we'll pick just a few of those. You don't want to go overboard when you're first signing up, because what might happen is you don't want to follow too many people before you start building some followers for yourself. That's my opinion. I don't know, Jade, how do you feel about that?
And also keep in mind there's like a 2,000 breakage, because I see a lot of people going like following people, because the more you follow, back then we had like a tweet editor, some automated sites that you can use, but 2,000 gives you a blockage. So when you hit to 2,000, unless 2,000 people follows you, you can't go over and beyond.
Absolutely. That's exactly right. So somehow they figured out that I'm in Mawa. So they put our wonderful mayor on here, so I'll follow him as well. And then we have, all different people, all walks of life, all, from business to the presidencies to, funny stuff. So you can really find some great stuff content-wise that resonates with you. I like Funny or Die. Will Ferrell's awesome. And, we'll keep it short. So that's good. I'll follow those 8. And it'll ask me, all right, so add a photo and show your unique personality and style. I am begging all of you, please do not leave the egg as your picture, and you'll see what I mean. So the egg is the stock picture, and I'll show you what it looks like. Skip this. If you want to, you can find people that you may know. So when they register with their phone number and when other people register with their email address, if you have it in any of your contacts, it'll actually search for those names and phone numbers, and then you can connect with people that you know. So that could be cool too, if that's what you want to do. Especially if you have clients on Twitter, that's an awesome way for you to be able to connect with them and for them to continue to see your brand. And I'm going to go a little high level here, but what's really cool is when you connect with them, this is an automatic referral source. If you share good content and they share it to their followers, that's just like a referral. And so that's a really awesome way that you can connect with people that they know and their networks and community. So going back to this is the egg. Do not do this, right? You want to get a picture up there. You want people to see who you are. You want them to get a feel for who you are. And it's really important because you're going to get ignored if you stick with the stock picture. So don't do that. So let me just see if I can get my picture up here. Don't look at my stuff. Everyone close their eyes. No, I'm just kidding. All right, a headshot. There we go. For some reason, it's not showing up, but it should. Let's do this. There we go. So now we're good. Now it's saying confirm your email address to access all of Twitter's features. I'll do that in a second.
Michael, Janet has a comment on us.
Sure.
There's a problem with the sound. I don't know what's wrong, but it says like she's missing a lot. The sound
is clicking.
Breakage. Yeah, clicking.
Okay. You know what? Let me swap out. I'm using headphones. Let me swap them out for an earpiece. Give me 1 second.
Okay. And in the meantime, overall, if you guys hearing me, think about like Twitter Space is like a networking place that you attended. So go and introduce yourself, whoever you might have an interest to have a connection with. So please respond to tweets and retweet them. Retweeting is Michael's going to explain to you momentarily, but retweeting is an option on Twitter as well, but you can copy paste and retweet it. Very simple. It's like kind of like complimenting to people whatever they tweet, so you're kind of like resounding them, putting your tweet one more time through your Twitter feed. But when you do that, always add something just unique to you. Like if there's like, just for a simple example, if there's like a tweet quote you like, retweet it, and then just put on the beginning like great quote kind of thing. So it will be your tweet now. And those things just makes a huge difference. Okay, Michael, you go ahead.
Yeah. So, all right. So we should be, hopefully that sounds better. Janet, hopefully you guys can hear me. And I saw some people saying that their connection was fine. So already we have some people. So what we have to be sure of is when you get followers, just take a look at them. Some people, are using using Twitter to spam. And so if you click on someone, like I can already tell maybe, Sissy is not someone we want to be looking at right now. It looks like it's NSFW. But it looks like Martin is a very prominent user of Twitter. So that's great. So automatically we have someone who we've connected with. And I'm just going to shoot him a quick message and say, thanks for following. And this is a private message. And so he can message me back and I'll follow him back. And so immediately now we see some people that might be similar to him. So we have digital strategist at Square Weave. This is a CEO of some sort. So you have all different people that you can connect with that may be similar to people that you're following or that are following you. And that's a really good way to start to fine-tune your network and start connecting with these people. So I think that's a really cool opportunity when it comes down to utilizing Twitter. So I had all of these like high-level things that we wanted to talk about, and I want to try and keep it basic. So what else do you think I'm missing, Jade? Do you have anything to add that we should talk about right now?
I think that those are the simple steps. So if you guys have any questions, please pop out and we'll follow the questions and we'll get back to you. But right now, Maureen says once you set up and check who to follow, do they get notification and the option to follow you? Yes, Michael, that's the question.
Yes, they do. So let me just reread. So once you set up and check who to follow, do they get a notification? Yes. Okay. Yes. So when you follow someone, it'll come up in their notifications here, like I looked at before, and it'll say they're following you. And what's really cool on mobile, so if you have the Twitter app logged in on mobile, you'll get a pop-up on your phone that says, XY just followed you. Would you like to check out their profile? And so you can, check them out, see what they're tweeting about. You don't have to follow everyone back if you don't want. If they are, not someone that would be, consistent with your message and aren't interested in what they're sharing, don't feel bad. But if it's someone that you think is sharing great content, that is along the lines of what you're interested in, definitely follow them back. That's how you're going to be able to continue to build. The more people you follow, the more content that's available to you to tweet outside of your own stuff. And it'll really give you that fill-in on your feed here, your news feed here. So I think that's an important thing. And they're going to know when you follow them, and so you guys can kind of connect right from there.
And Adria asks, how do we get new followers?
Okay, so that's a little more high level. So the best way that I can talk about getting new followers is quantity versus quality, right? So we want to make sure that we're putting out quality content, but also a good amount of content. And then also it's just consistency. So you have to tweet a lot. And that's one of the reasons why I wanted to talk a little bit about automation. But the more you tweet, the more you're going to be filling in the feeds of other people that are following you. And so people really look at Twitter at like 5 or 10 minute intervals. And so you want to make sure that you're tweeting consistently throughout the day. But I actually, I found a really cool thing that says, when should I tweet? And it shows you the best times here. And I can send this to you guys at the end. I have your email addresses. And this is the link where I found it. It's from the Buffer app, which is what I use to automate my tweets. But if you see here, this is where the most tweets are coming out, and it's the most popular times to tweet in the U.S. That's probably because that's when most people are going to be checking their email or checking their Twitter. I'm sorry. Early in the morning before work, at lunchtime, and later in the evening. So if you schedule some tweets at those points, or if you're just on Twitter and pushing out tweets, that's how you're going to build, is get people to recognize your name. And then another way is to share other people's content. So you want, like Jade had mentioned, you want to retweet their stuff. So when they're tweeting, make sure that you're, checking your news feed. And if you see stuff that resonates with you and would resonate with your community and the people that are following you, retweet it. And again, add your own little message. Be like, this is a great, a great piece about business productivity, or this is a great piece about marketing, and put it on your news feed. And the more you share other people's stuff, they're going to recognize that, and the more likely they are to reciprocate that. That make sense?
And we also see that you are using the MRCC Twitter, Michael. You might have multiple accounts, and you can use them on Twitter, even on your smartphones.
Yep, absolutely. So this was one that I set up just the other day as a secondary Twitter account for myself, and then I have my personal account also. But I have the paid version of Buffer, and I haven't set it up fully yet. But you can add up to 10 different accounts from all different, you can see here, right here, that you can connect more social networks, and you can actually schedule these out. So it actually suggests the best times to send out, so that's why the times look strange. But this one will go out at 9:18 today, or actually Central Time, so I got to change my time zone. And this one will go out at 12:30, 6 o'clock, and 8 o'clock. This is automation. So Buffer is super easy to use. All you do is you say, when you sign up, you can get a free account and connect your Twitter account. You just say, what do you want to share? And you can put whatever you want in here. If you want to put a quote in, if you want to just say, having an awesome time, you can do that. I actually have a spreadsheet here with all different quotes that I got from our good friend Karen Yankovic, who is sponsoring this also. And so let's say I want to share this Chinese proverb: dig the well before you're thirsty, which is a really smart thing. All I have to do is copy it, pop it in here, and hit add to queue. And now it's in my queue for tomorrow, and it'll send out, and it's that simple. So that's why I like automation. You can just add this, but don't rely only on automation. And obviously this is high level. Any of you guys ever have any questions, that's what we're going to be here for. So feel free to just shoot me an email or follow me on Twitter, and you can, hit us up on the MRCC Twitter account. But this is a good way to fill in the times when you can't consistently be on Twitter and you still want to get your message across and still want to send stuff out and still share really good content with people. Does that make sense? Jade, what do you think?
Yeah, and let's just also kind of like mention the hashtag. So now we are using hashtags in so many outlets, but Twitter is one of the main outlets for hashtags. So please go ahead and explain the hashtag.
Yeah, so hashtags are super powerful. So I want to show you guys. So Super Bowl 50, this just happened, obviously, and Twitter put out this how the Broncos hashtag SB50 victory played out live on Twitter. This is a really cool thing to explain a little bit, but hundreds of thousands of people were tweeting utilizing the SB50 hashtag. And so what a hashtag does, it allows you to follow a conversation throughout Twitter without having to try and figure out where it's going. All you have to do is search on Twitter. So let's go back into Twitter for a second and say hashtag SB50, right? And it automatically pops up and it shows you some of the things like the Broncos were tweeting a lot about Super Bowl 50, obviously. So we can search that, and that automatically will allow us to see all of the tweets that happened with the SB50 hashtag in them. And so what's really cool about this, and what I really like about this, is it allows you to have the metrics for your business to start a conversation. And let's say, like for this, we are, for the MRCC webinars and the social media experience, we're going to do hashtag MRCC experience. So I'm going to send out a quick tweet, hashtag MRCC experience. Having an awesome time presenting out Twitter. And see, what's cool is if you're logged into Buffer, you can actually add it directly from here and it'll put it into your queue for later. But I want to send it out right now. So now that's the starting of a conversation. So if you guys wanted to hop in and you send out a tweet that says hashtag MRCC experience, I can follow all of those tweets just by searching that one thing. And so it allows you to start, having conversations with people, and that's how you start a movement. There have been movements like in Egypt. The Twitter was used to organize the protest in Tahrir Square. It's utilized to help people follow information about sporting events, about things that are happening in the news. You can hashtag Donald Trump and learn everything about Donald Trump's tweets. You can hashtag and learn about Hillary's tweets. It's a really great way to get into a conversation with people and make sure that you're continuing to build. You have anything else, Jade, that you wanted to share about that?
It's just the subject line. So it's just very, he explained it so well. So whatever your interest, whatever your business is, you can find through those hashtag, whatever it is, hashtag now, Adriana already tweeted, you tweeted, so I retweeted them. So we are starting like a synergy. It's all about, what you are interested in, and you can go and find specific people to follow on Twitter. So you're right.
There we go. See? Now that's cool. So if we continue to utilize this over the next 6 weeks or so, right, we're going to be, or even longer than that, we're going to be doing these events, up until June, and then we're probably going to find some more times to do them. We're going to use this as a way to share about what's happening with these webinars and with our live event later on. So it's a really powerful way to do it. one thing I want to share, and I have to show you guys this, is don't do this. Don't be this guy where you're hashtagging 100 million things, right? You don't want to go overboard with hashtags. Use them sparingly, and it makes them a lot more powerful. You don't want to hashtag every word. And I see that a lot on social media sites, especially, Facebook and Instagram, but that's a whole nother conversation. But they are super, super powerful when used in a really powerful way. So I really think they're one of the best parts about Twitter. One of the things that once we get started, you can do is, mention other people in your tweets. And when you get mentioned, it'll actually show up in your notifications here. So if someone were to mention, at my certified finance account, it'll pop up here. And so you'll be able to see that. But that's a good way to share about other people, and they'll automatically get a notification that you shared about them. And that makes people feel good because you're helping to, put a spotlight on them. And so it's just like in business. I mean, the more that you give, the more you're going to get. So the more that you put out there to help people and share with people and to, brand with people and do all these things, the more you're going to get back in return, because people feel that you're really being genuine about what you're wanting to accomplish, which is to grow your community. And when you grow your community, that'll lead to all the other things, making connections, getting people to, buy from you by visiting your website. And whether you have a product or a service, you're going to be able to get that out there by building that community. So I think that's really important. So what else do you think here, Jade? We can talk about analytics.
It says how many hashtags is the right number? How many is too many?
I think you 2 or 3 is good. Any more than that, it just overwhelms. And remember, you only have 140 characters to work with, so you don't want it to be the entire tweet. I usually use 1, maybe 2 hashtags, and that feels right for me. And I wouldn't go more than 3, really. But some people have different feelings about that. So, you think that's right, Jade?
Yeah. Could you just also click on the notifications now?
Yeah.
Yes. Okay. Now you see, I said, MRCC experience having an awesome time. No, maybe one more time refresh, so we can see, because I had another tweet. But anyways, you don't have to worry about that. Janice asks about can you target local users? So that's another question.
Mm-hmm. So you actually can target local users by, if you want to search, you can search if they have mentioned where they live. Am I getting that right, Jade? Right? If they mentioned their locality. Yeah. So if
there are some other like TweetDeck and some other. You might just want to mention those also, because you can use them just to find especially the local users.
Yes. So there are other third-party applications like Hootsuite and TweetDeck where you connect your account to them. And actually, I don't have them on here. But what it'll allow you to do is really fine-tune what you're looking at and who you want to connect with. And you can go by locale utilizing those applications. And that works well. I personally, I don't always just focus on one area because I want to be global. I want to be omnipresent. So I want to get out to as many people as possible. But if you're trying to specifically do something for sale, right? One really good way to do that is utilizing Twitter ads, which is, again, it's a little more advanced. But Twitter ads are really a great way to utilize Twitter, because what it's going to do is allow you to pick and choose where you want your tweets to show up. So if you want it to just show up in the greater New York area, it'll do that. It'll allow you to see how many people clicked on the ad. It'll allow you to see who retweeted, who actually clicked through and interacted with your website. And that's a really powerful way to focus, especially if you're selling goods and services. I say Twitter ads should be built into every marketing budget, because you're really able to fine tune who you want to connect with. So you guys can check this out. It's business.twitter.com/basics, and it'll tell you all the basics of how to use Twitter ads. And once you have your Twitter handle set up, then you can go in and pick and choose where you want to send out the ads. I'll show you really quick. So we can go to I'll show you what it looks like really quick. Give me 1 second here. Oh, you know why? Because it's brand new. So you have to build up a little bit. I didn't realize that. So go back.
Yeah.
What it'll let you do is
to your account, and you didn't need to confirm. You just started it. So but once you start, your following, and then it's very easy to do it.
Yeah, it is. It's super easy. Once you do it, just do what I did, business.twitter.com, and you can start an ad. You can pick anywhere from spending $10 to $2,000, and it'll tell you how many retweets and how many people they think will actually click on the ads and actually click through the ads based on the metrics for how much you spent and the location of where you want your tweet to go out. And so they can fine tune those things, which is great about Twitter. And what's really cool is, let's see if we have any in here. Sometimes we get them. Like right here, this is a Twitter ad, but it looks like every other tweet except for this, promoted. That's the only difference. And so when people are scrolling through, if you have a good ad, and it's something that strikes people's eye, they're going to click. More than likely, a few people at least are going to click on it because it's striking. Another thing is to remember is inline photos are super powerful. What happened? Oh, and I want to show you. I think it was 150% of people. Where is it? Here we go. Yeah, Buffer did a study which showed tweets which had inline images received 150% more retweets, 18% more clicks, and 89% more favorites. And so the conclusion was add more pictures. The more that you have, more visual.
And Rhonda asks, Michael, how can one include photos in the tweets?
So that's good. So when you hit tweet, all you have to do is hit media, right? And you can pick whatever you want to tweet out. So that's super easy. It looks relatively the same whether you're on a Mac or on a PC. It's just the same thing. And then if you're on mobile, when you go to Twitter, it allows you to choose if you want to tweet out a picture also. It's the same exact thing. And so you can take a picture somewhere, and on the bottom it'll just show you your most recent pictures, and you can tweet them out immediately. And so that's a really great way to connect with people, because when you have something that's visual, people are going to interact. It's easy to ingest it and understand it without having to read too much. Because if everything on here was just words, it would be a little overkill. And so having pictures really makes you stand out, right?
And another question is, how are fellow tweeters getting to know about your business? How you get to content? So let's just go a little bit about the strategy you created, and let's just listen what you have.
Okay, so how do we have people learn about our business? That's good. So the key is sharing good content. Twitter is kind of like the highway, and your website is the destination, right? So what you want to do is have a website that is set up so that you can have blog content, that you can have videos, whatever you can do to have a place to send people. You can also connect it to YouTube videos, but you want somewhere where people are going to go to and be able to interact with your business specifically. So what I say is you want to share around 80-20. 80% is going to be interaction and building your network, and 20% is going to be advertisements specific to your business, and content specific to your business. So one of the things that I would do is, what I was going to do is use the MRCC site, but if we wanted to, we can set up our blog, pull the link out of the blog, right, and actually tweet that out so that it sends people, when they click on it, to your website. What I want to get forward from that is, I want to have, when they get to my website, a pop-up that says, if you enjoy this content, feel free to follow my other social media networks, and also sign up for my newsletter. That is automatically them giving you their email address. That's consent, so you can add them to your marketing list, and you can start sending them pieces specific to your products and services. So whether you're selling mufflers for a car or financial services like I am, you are able to fine-tune that by having them come to you and your website through Twitter. That's really the best way to get people to interact with your business. What Twitter really does is, it's going to allow you to build your brand, get recognition in the community, and really become an authority in what you do. So I hope that answers your question. Does that make sense, Jade?
Yeah, that makes a lot of sense. You prepared another kind of like hints for us and roadmap. Do you want to go back to that? Because we kind of like outlined just first steps, how to create an account, how to follow people, how to get followers, and some third-party additions, and as well as like just simple it is just adding a photo. So let's just go to your plan.
So you really, first of all, what you want to do is sit down and say, all right, who's my perfect customer and how am I going to attract them? So you can see here, and I'm going to send you guys this the slide deck, so you have this stuff for yourself. I'll just send you a PDF of it. You want to figure out, how do you integrate your business plan with your Twitter plan, right? So all of these questions, you should probably have the answers to, so that you know who you're going to be targeting. If you know all of these things, then especially when it comes to what are their hobbies, interests, and motivation, you're going to know what kind of Twitter content is going to resonate with them. And that's also going to allow you to fine-tune the content that you create. My real suggestion is, get good at building a blog and building out and writing. It doesn't have to be a lot of stuff, but stuff that makes, that really hits home with people. People love motivational stuff. People love informational stuff. So if you have a service, share about that service, but also write about other things that you experience in life and share that too. And that's how you're going to get those people to start sharing your stuff and building up and then visiting your site. For me, I think it's important. What was that? Sorry. It's not just about, tweeting all the time. It's about having more of a fine-tuned approach. And so, you have to make the decision of, how am I going to use Twitter first before you even do anything? Is it only for my personal brand, so just for my name and who I am? Is it for your business only, so only for your business? And is it a mesh of both? And for me, that's the most important. So what you want to do is, you want to be personal, but you also want people to understand what your business is and have that be the driving factor. But if you add that personality to your Twitter profile by talking about yourself, if you're going to see a concert, and share about that concert, and then the next day you can go back into sharing about the business. So follow that content plan. Use your blog as the attraction. Interact on both a professional and personal level. Be interesting, obviously. So that's super generic, but you want to just find out who you are and have people and be genuine. So you build organically and have a cause to focus on. So if you are interested in, the Occupy movement, or if you're interested in the presidential election, focus on following that and working and building within those means, whatever it is, whatever connects to your business and you and your brand. So a great way to use Twitter to sell is connect with other professionals. So people that would be centers of influence for you. So in my business, there are centers of influence are people like attorneys, accountants, business coaches, marketing specialists. These are all people that I want to connect with because they can help me build my business and I can help them build their business. You want to share high quality content, like I already said. So that doesn't have to be just your stuff. You can share stuff from websites like, entrepreneur.com, Forbes, sports, ESPN, anything that is going to have good, well-written pieces that are going to resonate with the people that you want to connect with. Create an attraction which gets them to visit your website. So you can also do promotions. Say, I'm going to be doing a free giveaway if you come and check out my website and share your email address. You can say, I'm giving away the top 10 tips on how to utilize Twitter in a PDF. Just come by my website and fill out your email address and your name, and I'll send it to you. Those types of incentives drive people who are interested in what you're doing to come to your website, fill out their information, and check around and see how they can connect with you on a deeper level. That's really important. And again, interact with your community every day. You don't want to have bursts where you are sharing, 50 tweets and then not tweet for 6 weeks. You want to consistently, and that's like the big thing. Just remember consistency. You want to consistently tweet every day, 7, 8 times, 10 times, all the way up. I know guys that tweet 20 to 30 times a day about all different things, but their main focus is always on driving to their website. So they, if they're a sales specialist, they talk about sales as much as they can, but they also talk about things that interest them. Finally, utilize Twitter ads like we talked about. They're really easy to do. Like I said, use the picture, use images, use video, and build that out, and take massive action. Just don't stop. Continually connect with people, retweet people, send people direct messages. Try to connect with, people that are on a higher level than you. Like Jade had said, who did you say you connected with in the beginning?
Susie Welch, who's an author, and her husband is Jack Welch, who was former GM CEO, and they're phenomenal connections. And through them, I met so many other people. And you know what? I just compliment her book, which was 10-10-10, written by Susie Welch, and she started talking to me. So you never know who you're going to end up talking with on Twitter. Just try to find live tweets, what I mean with that, like there are people just automated their tweets, ignore them, but as Michael mentioned,
absolutely.
Include those automations. It's perfect because we don't have that much of time, but think about like the time management and just add things because through the smartphones, it's too easy. Like it will only take seconds for you to tweet about something and just respond if someone interacting with you.
Absolutely. That's huge. You can start amazing conversations with people just by sending out a tweet. And that's what makes me I'm so passionate about what Twitter can do, because there's so many people out there that just want to connect, just like we all do. They're on this platform for the same reasons we are, because they have something that they care about deeply. They want to get that message out. And if you connect with them and you say, man, I really care about what you care about, there's no reason that sooner or later they're not going to say, hey, we should connect on another level. That's what's powerful about this. Even though you only have 140 characters, you can say so much in those 140 characters. And I think that this is one of the best ways that you can build a community and build your brand and get people to recognize who you are and, recognize who other people are and get to know them outside of Twitter. Like there are conferences that are specific to social media and marketing. And when you go there, the people who are active on Twitter, you're going to see them there. And then you can talk outside. So this isn't just an online world. This is something that bleeds into real life and that allows you to start to build relationships, even if it's, organically and slowly at first. It's going to really allow you to get out there and to meet people. And so, again,
Michael, we have a question. It says, Rhonda says, what's a blog? You might just answer that, but think about the Twitter is like microblogging, so you can answer her question.
Okay, so a blog is a place where on your website, you can, if you have a website, if you set it up yourself, or more likely you have someone set it up, just talk to that person. They can turn this feature on for you. But what it does is it allows you to post articles that you write, editorials and advertorial posts onto your website. And so what's really cool about that is we just started ours on the MRCC, and I'll show you quickly. So right here it says blog. You just click on it, and now we have a couple posts up. So here's one that I did. Why should you use Twitter? And here's one that Karen Yankovich did on why you should use LinkedIn. And then we have one about blogging for better lead gen. So this is what I'm talking about when I say blog. So it's a short article. It's nothing crazy, right? But now if I want to, I can share this on my social network, and it'll drive people to check this out, right? So I can hit tweet. I made this a little too long. There we go. At the MRCC, hashtag MRCC experience. And I'll tweet that. And now people will, if they're interested in this, what they'll do is they'll say, oh, that looks cool. And they'll come back here, and I'll show you what it looks like. Oh, we have another notification. Okay, cool. We have some followers coming in. Here you go. Now it comes up in my newsfeed. Why should you use Twitter? Here's the hashtag, serving businesses in Bergen County and beyond. If I click on this, which will be what other people do, right, it'll bring me directly to my blog. And that's really cool. So now I'm on the website, right? And I say, oh, membership directory, that's cool. Oh, they have events. So it gets people into looking at your stuff. And if you have a bunch of posts, we just started in January, but over time, these archives are going to have tons of posts in them. And so we'll have categories here of what type of things we've talked about. And so they can come in and they can click on this stuff. And so now they're really getting to know you. They're getting to know your brand. And like I had said before, have a pop-up that says, would you like more information? Or, I have these great 10 tips, share your email and I'll send it to you. And so that's a great way to start building up. But this is what a blog is. So I hope that answers your question.
And Carl asks, does the length of the URL count as a part of the 140 characters? I'm going to quickly answer. Carl, Twitter shortens the URL for you. It has a setup system inside, but there are some other shortening like URL sites, kind of like Bitly. Yeah, that's what I'm going to mention. And bit.ly, it shortens the URL, so it doesn't have to be 140 included.
So you can see I shared the free webinar link, right? But it was super long for some reason, so it shortened it to this. So all this stuff on the bottom was what the link was, and it shortened it to this. And so that's what's really cool. Bitly is a really great resource, and I have at the end of this presentation some of the best resources that you guys can utilize for Twitter. So when I share that PDF with you, you'll have those that you can go take a look at and kind of mess around and see how it works for you best. Cool? All right.
Perfect. Yeah, as Michael mentioned, like whoever I met and if think personally or for business reasons that will be another level of connection for me, we carry it along to Facebook. So you never know where you're going to end up with those connections, and might end up with sales, might end up with good connections for your businesses. And back to you, Michael.
Yeah, absolutely. And I think that's, one of the most important things to remember is just utilize this to grow. And it's not going to happen overnight. I wish it would, but it takes time. Just like anything in life, it takes work to get the reward out of it. But as you do it, you're going to see that people are going to start to interact with you. And it's a really great thing. And, I really think that you guys can get a lot out of it, both personally and professionally and for your businesses. And, we're here to help you guys. So if you have questions, feel free to tweet me here at Certified Finance. We'll start using this. Tweet us at
Yeah, go ahead. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
and also tweet us at the MRCC. We can help you answer questions there too. I'll be monitoring that, and Jade monitors that also. And so you can connect with us there too. And make sure you follow us there when you start your Twitter profiles, and we'll follow you back, and we can tweet back and forth. And also on there, you'll see, when our next events are. So we're going to have a bunch of events coming up. So let me show you some of the dates.
And Rhonda, in your opinion, is Twitter better to use than Facebook for business?
Totally. There's two different things. Use both. And funnily enough, on the 24th, Jade is going to be doing intro to Facebook. And so she'll help share a little bit about Facebook, how to get started with that. But they're very different. So Facebook is more in-depth content where you can post a lot longer stuff. And so I think you need to have both. You can use Facebook as, just that professional page. And it talks about your business. It gives your location. It gives what you specialize in. You can share specific posts from that. But the idea is the same. It's to drive traffic to your website. Your website is like the central cog of all of these networks. And the networks are pushing all of those people to try and get to your website so that they can learn more about you, connect with your goods and services, and hopefully buy from you over time. So definitely do both. And then, again, you guys, I'm going to share this with you. So you're going to have all these dates. And then on June 30th, we're going to have the social media experience, which is going to be a live event, which we're still working on all of the details, but it's going to be amazing. So definitely make sure that you block out June 30th already so that I have to be there because it's going to be awesome. So I hope you guys are doing that, and we'll get out more information to you soon. And so, make sure to hit up all of these because this is what is going to help you start to build all of your social media presence. Once we go through all of these things, it's really going to give you a lot of activity and a lot of information that's going to allow you to take action immediately, once you have all this stuff. So definitely pay attention to these. I'll send this to you. And also I have some resources. This thing keeps popping on me, but I have some resources I want to share too that I'll send you guys. Nope. Oh, dang it. All right, hold on. So these are some good Twitter resources that we talked about. Buffer. Twitter Analytics is one we haven't talked about. I have a feeling we're going to do an advanced Twitter webinar at some point.
That's what I feel like.
Yeah, because there's so much. And, obviously I'm excited and passionate, and so I'm jumping the gun a little bit. So we'll visit back, and we'll also set up an advanced webinar so that we can go through all these cool things. That's really going to give you that extra bump that most people aren't doing. And then these are some Twitter hustlers to follow. In my opinion, I really like these people. Grant Cardone he's like the sharing king. Gary Vee also, and Seth Godin is a marketing specialist. And then this is my personal Twitter, so I don't use that as much for business. That's more personal, but you can follow me there too. And then we have Karen, Patty, and Jade. And then that's about it. So we're right at 10 o'clock now. I hope you guys got something out of this. I know we got a little crazy there in the beginning, so I'm excited, and we're looking forward to doing our next webinar. So are there any other questions before we wrap this up?
I think we're good to go, but next webinar will be on Facebook, and Michael will join me, hopefully. So both of us are going to be together. And back then, if you please go and register for Facebook webinar and prepare your questions. It will be, very, very helpful for us to guide you through whatever you guys need. But whoever join later on just to listen to webinars, please, reach out to us through the MRCC because we have always a great experience through MRCC.
Absolutely. So I really thank you all for coming, and we look forward to hearing from you guys on how your Twitter is going, and we look forward to seeing some tweets from you guys, all right? So let us know if you need anything else. We're always here, and thanks again for coming. We'll talk to you soon.
Thank you, Michael.
Thank you.